Can it run Crysis though? That used to be the powerful PC meme. It's held that title for many years over, but Square Enix just might dethrone Crysis from this title with their new game, Forspoken. And to clarify, this is not exactly a good thing. Forspoken has been having a rough marketing over the last year or so, with the initial release date being May 24th, then being delayed to October 11th, and then being delayed again to January 24th, which is in a few days from now. At first, I figured it had to do with releasing around heavyweight big titles that have been owning the market. Elden Ring dominated the early half of last year, then God of War came into the picture towards the end of the year. But now for Forspoken, it's looking to be a much bigger issue. They took a longer time than usual to report on the PC requirements, which they just did a few days ago. When it was revealed, the internet and myself was shocked. And my good friend, the Night Sky Prince, brought up an amazing point in regards to this. It's kind of hard to trust a game whose performance was developed in mind to work well with hardware that had not existed during its development, let alone its second release date. I mean, in order to run the ultra settings, you need a 4080 graphics card. I myself have a 3090 and an i9 10th generation, but still that's kind of ridiculous. What's also a bit concerning is how the early access codes are being handled. Typically, game reviewers will get games about a week or even 2 weeks in advance. This is to give them enough time with the game to give it a proper review. I myself got Crisis Core Reunion on November 23rd, 2.5 weeks early before the initial release. I had also received word that I may get Forspoken early too, but that hasn't happened yet. It seems that reviewers who are specifically trying to get the PC version of this game are just not receiving them at all, which means it's all starting to kind of add up. There was a PS5 demo for Forspoken which released in December. Initially, the first demo was a bit overwhelming for some users with no real explanation on spells, and the optimization of the game itself was abysmal. For me, the game was unplayable on 4K. The button inputs were super delayed and the frame rate was crazy choppy. The performance mode got the game into a buttery, smooth, responsive 60 frames, but at the cost of the resolution dipping into the 720p range, pretty often too. And the game was absolutely blurry and sort of off-putting, especially if you're playing it on a 43-inch 4K monitor like myself. 720p is crazy to see in this generation of gaming with the way things are going right now. Aside from the performance issues, I have nothing against swearing in video games in general, trust me, but I couldn't help but feel like they were forcing it out of Frey a little too often and a bit way too much in the game. It just feels like they're trying a little bit too hard. Am I the only person that feels this way about that? Like, you can curse and swear in a game, that's perfectly fine, but to just be forcing it out in the first 5 minutes of when I boot up the demo and start moving around with the character, that's just, it comes off as a little cringy. Be sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell button, guys, so you guys can stay up to date on all things Square Enix related. I am dropping all the latest information, all the info that you want to know, and you don't want to be anywhere else. And also hit that like button too. Let's get this video to over 500 likes so everybody is aware of the situation. Thank you guys. Let's get back into the video. The devs listened to the feedback and they released an update just a few days ago for the PS5 Forspoken demo, which provided some quality of life changes. Text font size was increased to make it easier to read things, the lock-on mechanic seems to work much better now, and they also added button mapping functionality too. And various tech issues have also been fixed. Nothing specific on whether its frame rates and resolution dips have been fixed, but I don't think that necessarily is the case because people would be reporting on that ASAP. But it's looking like if you're interested in playing Forspoken for the best consistent experience, you might want to get the PS5 version. The PC version has a possibility to run well, but as of right now, with all that we know, which isn't that much, it's looking a bit worrisome. And Square Enix seems to be holding back on letting that info out on purpose, which is a shame because I badly wanted this on PC, especially after playing that PS5 demo and seeing how rough it was on the initial update. The Luminous engine just is not it, Square. I don't know what else to tell you guys, but that engine had so much time to get things right, and it's looking to be struggling even more than ever now. Hate to see it. So, will you guys be buying Forspoken day 1 next week? Or are you holding out on the game and waiting to see what the performance will be like? From what I hear, the story apparently is amazing, which is heartbreaking to hear because the gameplay and visuals are just not matching up to that and might hold back the experience for a lot of people. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. Let's get a discussion going. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More gaming news is on the way and you won't want to miss that. My name is BltzZ and thanks for watching.